Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 298 of the Daily 180, and today we want to continue our series on E-words by talking about one that's probably a little bit counterintuitive. In fact, for some of you, when I mention this word, you're going to probably say to yourself, Todd, what in the world does that have to do with making progress in my life? It sounds like the exact opposite. That word is entropy. When I was young, probably 12 years old, maybe even younger than that, it might have been 10, I watched a planetarium show. And in that planetarium show, if I remember correctly, it was called The Final Question. It was based on a short story by Isaac Asimov. And in that show, the entire idea was, hey, we've got all this computing power on the planet. Is there a way that we can ask the computer how to reverse entropy? Entropy, as probably many of you are aware, if not all, is the tendency of things to slow down. And when we talk about that in biological terms, we mean it's the tendency of an organism to peak at a certain point in its life and then begin to slow down its growth cycle. And in actual fact, that begins pretty much as soon as we are born. Even though babies are continuing on a dramatic growth curve, their growth curve between 0 to 9 months is much more accelerated percentage-wise than anything that follows after, even all the way up through about age 8 and on. When we talk about it in cosmic systems, we mean that it is the tendency of objects that are in a state of higher organization to naturally break down into a state of lower organization. Things decay, trees decay, animals decay after they're done, stars decay, everything decays unless moved upon by another force. That's entropy. Entropy means that it is the natural order of things to move from a state of higher organization to a state of lower organization unless moved upon by another force. And that's why I think entropy is so important for us to understand if we are going to make progress in our lives. See, every one of us fights entropy every day. And being aware of that and thinking about it and making sure that we understand we are taking actions to defeat entropy may give us a different perspective, especially on days where it feels like we're going 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Just because we're not getting all of the results that we need at the moment doesn't mean that we're not successful, that we're not making progress. What it means is that maybe the entropy that we're fighting takes a lot of energy to get it moving forward in an opposite direction. It's also useful to know that once we get to a spot, if we want to continue that direction, we're going to have to continue to put in some energy. I'm not saying that we never celebrate successes, and I'm not saying that we don't allow ourselves to feel successful every day, because as we know here on the Daily 180, that's what this is all about. Making progress is success, and it should allow us to feel successful every day. I hope this has given you something to think about. I'm not sure that this is anything that's got a grand challenge connected with it, except to say, you know what? If you're fighting, keep fighting. Keep making progress. That's what it's all about. If this has been useful for you, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment. We'd love to see the comments in the comment section. Hey, give us a subscribe. We'd love to see you join us for the rest of the journey, or maybe share it with somebody else that you think might appreciate what we're talking about. In the meantime, my name is Todd Wente. This has been the Daily 180. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.